Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. Last week we did Time Lash, probably considered to be one of the worst stories of all time. And this week we're doing Silver Nemesis, which is not that. But it is the 25th anniversary, I think?
This is the official 25th anniversary story.
Official 25th anniversary story.
It even aired on the anniversary.
So it's an important one. And to discuss it with me, I have my two usual co-hosts. Firstly, to my virtual left, it's not always about the mirrors. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, baby. Hit a home run. Love the Mets. It's Freezing Inferno.
So good. Hi, everybody.
Frez, do you even know what the Mets are?
Yeah.
Okay,
baseball
just making sure.
team.
That meme will never get old. And to my virtual right, the empowering wind that draws breath from despise rolls underneath her wings as she soars with the end in sight. It's Cat.
I didn't get that one, so yay!
Well, we're doing Silver Nemesis, and that's from Nemesis.
Oh.
By Cradle
No
of
idea
Filth.
what that is, but okay.
It's a song by Cradle of Filth.
I see.
No idea what that is, but okay.
So, Silver Nemesis, a 7th Doctor story. We're quite fond of the 7th Doctor here in Doctor Reviews, but this one is a little less considered than other Sylvester McCoy stories. People are down on it. I guess I can kind of see why, but we still had a good time, I think, all around watching it.
We did.
Yeah. Although I will say, Silver Nemesis, do you mean you like jazz?
Fortunately, I happen to like jazz a lot.
And look in the chat.
Look at the chat. Oh, right. Great, a meme about a film I've never seen before.
Probably
Oh, yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, according to all known laws of aviation, a bee can possibly.
Okay, I love that the call dropped there temporarily. So I didn't even hear the end of that, but let's just continue running with it.
That's probably a good sign. We should note, by the way, that we watched the extended cut of Silver Nemesis, which adds about 10, 15 minutes of deleted scenes just to bulk it out a little.
And some of those scenes I could tell were deleted and some I couldn't. So good job.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell at all because I've never seen it before, so yay.
There were like little clues in the editing, like if there was no music to a scene, that might have been deleted.
Yeah.
Oh, there was no music to some
the
scenes?
broadcast version of Silver
notice that.
Nemesis is kind of, shall we say, overstuffed. But I think the version we got gave it a little more room to breathe, so that helped.
I've not seen the standard version, but I enjoyed the one that we watched. So
Let's dive into part 1 of it. And we get South America, 22nd November, 1988. But hang on, like, this establishing, like, title card is all wrong. It's all tiny and just in little white font on the bottom of the screen. Really, if you're gonna establish where we are, it should be in yellow impact font, taking up the entire screen.
I know what you're talking about.
America, 22nd November, 1988. Blah.
Yeah.
Well, moving swiftly on from terrible things, we move on to even more terrible things. It's Nazis.
Unfortunately, it's the Nazis.
Oh, goody. And I mean, like, the second shot of the fucking episode, you're like, oh, we're in South America. I wonder what's going on. And then we caught inside this, like, mansion or whatever it is, and there's, like, a fucking metallic swastika on a desk, and fucking Wagner is playing, so it's like, yeah!
Not subtle, are they?
Not subtle, are they?
No, but then again, they shouldn't be subtle because it's the goddamn Nazi party.
True.
Well, these are actually neo-Nazis, but their leader, a guy called De Flores, was with Hitler in the final days or something like that.
It's South America, so obviously the implication is, he fled after the end of World War II to South America to escape war crimes.
There were a lot of ex-Nazis in South America at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll leave it
They
at
were
that.
They were finding those fuckers all over the place in the 80s.
I prefer the first class handling of the ex-Nazis in there.
And if they were really lucky, they would find a piece of a Nazi there, and a piece of a Nazi there, and a piece of a Nazi there. But unfortunately, half the time they were alive.
Most of the time, in fact. But yes.
Anyway, one of these Nazi guys is at his computer, and he's calculated out the coordinates for something that's going to land in Windsor, England, on the next day, November the 23rd, 1988.
Yeah, and then we get a really nice sort of transitional effect where the leader of the neo-Nazis, De Flores, is about to shoot a pigeon.
Parrot.
Sorry, he's about to shoot a parrot with a bow and arrow, and he doesn't do it because his assistant comes in and says, Herr Flores, we found it, or something. And then it cuts to 1638, and there's a woman about to shoot a pigeon with a bow and arrow.
Why, it's like they're mirroring each other.
Thematic resonance or some such thing.
Wow, wonder if she's supposed to be as bad as the Nazis or something. Note, she is not as bad as the Nazis. The Nazis were horrible.
Yeah, I mean, but she's still an antagonist in the story. But...
Very much so.
I mean, you say antagonist, I say why the fuck was she even here?
I mean,
agree to disagree.
This is what people mean when they say the story's overstuffed. Like, it's got 3 sets of antagonists, and really, it could have done with any combination of 2.
I don't think you need the Nazis in it, personally.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't think you need anybody but the Cybermen here.
Oh, yes. Well, that's your. Well, I mean, you've seen the fucking title card. There's Cybermen fucking story.
Again, they saw there were Cybermen on this when I put the splash image up for the next week. Last week. So
this is Lady Painfort in 1638 with her Squire Richard, and they're in her villa or house or whatever, and he's preparing poisoned arrows for her, and she wants a special silver arrow. So back in 1988 South America, De Flores is addressing his guys, and he's like, yes, it's time for the grand rise. Gentlemen, our plans are finally set in motion. I give you the Fourth Reich.
And everyone watching this in the year 2022 cringes en masse. Shudders en masse, I would say. Not just cringe. This is harder than cringe. This is hard to watch.
Hey, remember when the people of the 80s, like people making like Raiders of the Lost Ark and this and God knows else, were like, oh yeah, the Nazis. We totally kicked their asses. They're never gonna come back. We can make fun of them, like, and bring them back. Well, that's not gonna resonate with anything in the future, you know.
I mean, it's even worse.
Can I just say?
Please do.
You know who I feel most sorry for whenever it comes to stuff like this? The Germans. Like, there were a good portion of them who only, acquiesced to stuff because they kind of had to. Otherwise, they'd be also murdered horribly. So it's not like every single German followed the Third Reich, religiously. And even nowadays, they are so ashamed of this that they just ban any talk of the Nazis whatsoever. And if someone does a Nazi salute, they rightfully get arrested as soon as they find them. And it's like, can we stop with the Nazi stuff, please?
And also,
we have Putin now. We can make him the big enemy in all this,
don't.
in all these Call of Duty things.
We got that's political commentary in the modern age alert.
We're not having an alert for that either. What's all this?
Look, all I'm saying is, I'm tired of all the unnecessary Nazis. They're coming back, or they have been back as neo-Nazis for a while now, and I'm just sick and tired of seeing them everywhere. Stop giving them publicity.
I mean, they are neo-Nazis in the story, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, De Flores is like an OG.
It's always Nazis.
He was right. He was right there, but these guys are all just like followers, fascists, neo-Nazis. Like you said.
Indy had it right in The Last Crusade. Nazis. I hate these guys.
Yeah, but De Flores also has a silver bow that he's prepping with him as they're going to presumably Windsor.
And who else has a silver bow?
Well, silver. Well, Lady Painforth has a silver arrow.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, I've jumped beyond. Yeah, she's got a silver arrow.
Back in 1638, there's a lot of time jumping between 1638 and 1988. But in 1638, Painforth has hired an astronomer. And there's a fun fact about this astronomer. I don't know if you know it, Rain. Did you?
Please tell me he's not actually supposed to be Da Vinci, because I will.
No.
Okay.
The actor who plays
good.
the astronomer is, I think his name is Leslie French.
That's right.
And he was actually in consideration for a role in 1963 of this obscure sci-fi show for the BBC. You might not have heard. It was called like Doctor Who's.
Oh. What role?
So, Dr. Hoomst.
Oh, the lead role.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a nice little bit of Easter egg casting.
So it's a nice little Easter egg casting. We're in the 25th anniversary story, and here's one of the people who was considered for the role of Doctor Who, the first Doctor Who.
Hey, kids! Instead of actually being Doctor Who, he got to be a side character in Doctor Who who gets very quickly killed. Isn't that a great consolation prize?
Yay.
Yay. But, yeah, this astronomer has calculated the same thing that the Nazis were calculating, which is a comet in space. And he's calculated its exact trajectory and where it'll fall. And where it eventually is going to end up, because its orbit is decaying, but it will eventually crash to Earth right outside Lady Painforth's home on November 23rd, 1988.
Yeah, and it orbits Earth every 25 years.
Yes.
And we cut to 1988, and you like jazz?
Yes, I do. Oh, you were friends the B movie meme again. Fine. See, I actually do like jazz, so it throws me off every single time.
Yeah,
I'm ambivalent about jazz. It exists. It's fine. I don't really listen to it on a daily basis.
I like jazz when it is on the Cowboy Bebop sound.
Fair.
Mood.
Absolutely
Mood.
fair.
Also, corgis. Yay.
Oh, corgis. Yeah, when are we gonna bring up corgis on this podcast?
I know, right?
Yeah, like that's never gonna
Oh,
happen.
that reminds me. Have I ever shown you my Cowboy Bebop wallet? It has iron all over it.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
You have not, but I suspect you're going to by the end of this podcast.
So, we're at just a jazz band playing in like a garden. And, there's some people just sitting on their little garden tables and chairs just listening. And among them are the Doctor and Ace, just enjoying a little downtime between adventures.
My favorite companion of the Doctors.
She is great.
Oh, she's your fave, huh?
Like, no lie, I might like her better than Clara.
I still.
I know
Clara.
that's sacrilege here, but still.
No, I mean, if you're going to put a companion over Clara, I mean, Ace is certainly a good choice.
This is where I upset the Sarah Jane fans in the audience, because I think Ace is the best classic companion.
I do too. So, we haven't done that many.
So don't add us. Essentially, we ain't changing our minds.
I thought you were gonna do drop me in it and say at him instead. It's easier, but.
Well, since you're offering.
No, I'm not offering. That's not an offer. My hands are up. That's not an offer, Cat. You can't see it, but I'm waving my hands frantically over my head right now as I speak.
Quick, his hands are away from his keyboard. Do random stuff that you can't block.
Huh? Anyway. The musician is Courtney Pine. He's the third person to appear as himself.
Oh wait, your hands are away from your keyboard. That means I could do this.
No, I'm not even looking at that screen. Oh God, no, wait a minute. Okay, back at the keyboard for the mute function. There we go. And it's going to loop again as soon as I hit this button again, isn't it?
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need. See?
That's impressive. He picked up the slack almost perfectly there.
Beautiful.
So, Courtney Pine is the... We've done that, never mind. The moment's gone. The moment's been ruined by her. I'm learning.
Yes.
But unfortunately for the Doctor and Ace, their nice happy time listening to the jazz is quickly ruined when an alarm goes off. And
An alarm the Doctor doesn't remember setting.
fob watch here?
Yeah, it's like an electric fob watch.
Kind of like a fob watch?
It's a
Yeah.
fob watch, but the inside is like an 80s electronic wristwatch.
Which is interesting.
It's a fob watch, but the inside isn't bullshit Deus Ex Machina.
The fob watch wasn't really a thing until the modern series.
Well,
in
I
Doctor Who.
The fob watch. Like, oh, it opens up and you become the Time Lord. But, fob, he's just using it as a watch.
I mean, don't diss the fob watch. It does lead to the show's best twists.
Yes.
You are not alone.
And then it
Ruth.
is later abused and just thrown inside the TARDIS and never seen again, most likely.
Yeah, good with the bad, though. Good with the bad.
Because somebody couldn't figure out any friggin' answers to give us, so he just said, well, I'll just throw this in the TARDIS until someone
Now
smarter
that
than me
I've
gets
shaken
it.
up the lore and made you all wonder what I'm doing, nothing! Absolutely nothing!
We're going to drop it and
Stupid!
forget about it.
You're so stupid! But anyway,
Also, fun fact, I actually managed to get Chris to watch that for the first time. She absolutely lost it at the Conan the Librarian part.
oh, UHF is a great movie.
It
Shame
is.
about
It is.
shame about some of the cast members, but you know.
The damn
Shame about some of the parts of it being a little bit racist.
the damn Rambo parody that I have to watch every time I watch a Proton John stream because it's his rave message.
There's at least one joke that's a little. I mean, it's clever, but it's also no.
Yeah.
Just weird
And
out.
that's the worst part, too, is that it's clever. And I enjoy it. But it's also racist as fuck.
It's just weird out in a muscle suit screaming at the top of his lungs and blowing up various landmarks.
Weird Arnold.
Weird Arnold. What?
It wasn't even Arnold Schwarzenegger in Rambo.
Yeah, it was Sylvester Stallone.
Weird Al?
You said Weird Arnold.
Weird Al!
You said Weird Arnold.
Check the tape! I said Weird Al!
You said Weird Arnold.
All right, check the tape. Well, he's the editor, so he can make a
VAR chat says I'm right. So,
The edit says you're right.
he's the editor, so it's gonna be like when it's gonna come to the episode. It's gonna be like Weird Al.
No. If I will watch it back, and I said Weird Arnold. I didn't think I did, but if I did, I will hold my hands up to it.
He's gonna go back and he's gonna edit it so that it makes it sound like I'm saying Coolsville sucks.
No,
That's a very niche meme. That's a very niche
I'm
meme.
going to do other editing that I really want Jerry to watch the actual goddamn podcast this week to see, but that's not editing I'm going to do. If I made a mistake, I will put my hands up to it.
Nice.
So this alarm goes off. They go back to the TARDIS to find out what it's for.
Well,
Except
I
they
should
don't.
mention one thing. Well, I should mention one thing because it'll come up later. Before they leave, Ace gets Courtney Pine to sign her jazz cassette tape.
Oh yeah.
So so we're just gonna put this cassette tape of jazz up on the mantelpiece with Mr. Chekhov's rifle. Stuff that down nice and close.
Chekhov's jazz.
So they head off, but all of a sudden, bang, boom, bang.
Silver earmuffs.
So people start shooting at them. They run across a little river.
See,
footbridge over
here's
a river.
the thing. I'm not entirely sure this was supposed to be silver earmuffs at first, because what I thought was that it was just like headphones for like a Walkman.
Yeah.
At least that's what it looked like for me.
Well,
I
silver...
don't know if later on they used something of the same design on the you-know-what.
Not really.
Just
silver
keep some
earpieces.
subtlety?
Silver headpieces. Then
They do look like headphones, basically.
they do.
Just,
Anyway, these
they look
two
like
guys are shooting at the Doctor and Ace. They have a
fall
brilliant
into-
plan to escape. They fall off a bridge.
and they fall into a river.
Can we just talk about McCoy's water spit?
I mean, McCoy is so good at like dumb physical comedy like that. So yeah.
He really is.
I wonder if that was in the script or if he just ad-libbed that.
Who knows?
And then
I'm pretty sure he
a
ad-libbed
really
that.
funny joke. Ace, duck, and Ace actually physically ducks. No, duck, and he points over there, and guest star Jessica Jaguar walks out. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Cat doesn't know who we're talking about. It's fine.
No, unfortunately, they couldn't get her because her bill was too large.
You know what? Fair. No, fair.
Oh my fucking god.
I make an obscure
It's
reference
okay.
to you.
When it comes to these jokes, I usually wing it.
Okay. Now you're really milking it. Can we waddle along here?
And that's 3. You get 3, and that's it.
Something corkscrew penis.
Jesus Christ! Cat, that wasn't in good taste. That was foul.
That last joke was a real feather in your cap. Oh yeah, that's the one that breaks the camel's back. Not that it was foul.
Oh my god.
5 puns, everyone's happy. I come with a perfectly decent one, was like, ugh.
Quaxley appreciation post. Quaxley appreciation podcast.
Yes.
So, the doctor comes out with a futuristic tape deck, which sounds like an oxymoron, but I mean, it was 1980, so
he built it for her.
He built it for her because in Remembrance of the Daleks, if you recall, her tape deck got shit blasted by the Daleks.
I remember.
So
yes,
he built her a new tape deck, but he also added some extra features in it, and he's using it to check his alarm and see. Okay, it's a terminal alarm, so there's some planet somewhere that's in imminent danger of being totally destroyed, and I need to go save it. So let's just open up the scanner and see. Oh my god, I was wrong. It was Earth all along.
Bars. Not quite the... Yeah, fine. That means I got my 6 pun after all, which just wasn't the one I was expecting. So...
That's not the time. So the Earth is going to be destroyed. There must be a day that ends in Y.
On Doctor Who, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So back in 1638, the astronomer is like, I'm going to build a flying machine and fly around in the sky like a bird.
See, this is why I was kind of worried it was actually supposed to be Da Vinci, because it's like, I know Da Vinci had his flying machine, but come on, guys, don't do this to me.
Well, I mean, this was 1638. Da Vinci was like in the, 16th century?
Dude, I'm American. Do you think I fucking know history?
Good point. So, anyway. So they're like, well, we need one more ingredient for our black magic spell, blood. And then we have the tape deck scene, and then the next scene they're doing their thing, which they killed the poor astronomer and took his blood and used it as the final component in their black magic time travel spell.
It's just wine.
Do-do-do.
It's just wine with blood in it.
And they just drink this potion and they're like, drink the potion, Richard! We ride upon the brink of time!
Can I just say that Richard is a great side character?
Yes.
It's really good, yeah.
I can take or leave Lady Painfort, but Richard is actually pretty good in this.
They make a good act. Anyway, so they're just like, and they're 80s distorting their screen, so it's like, and it just fades away from Painfort's villa in 1638, and it's just a fucking cafe, and there's people just sitting down at the table, and all of a sudden it's like,
It's a tea room.
Yeah,
it's an English tea room, and this is what became of Lady Painfort's manor 350 years later.
Yep.
And these two, like, what era is this? It's not like Middle Ages, Renaissance. I don't know.
1638. It's the Stuart times.
Okay, so these two people from the Stuart times just fucking apparate in the 1988 tea room, and the people are kind of like, I say, what the fuck?
They are 4 years away. They are 4 years away from the English Civil War.
I see. Yeah. So they have arrived in 1988, but the Doctor and Ace have gotten back in the TARDIS, and they've arrived in a basement somewhere with lots of stuff.
It's
Can
a
I-
recognizable basement.
It is, but can I have a little bit of a moment to talk about this?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because there's a connection to my family, would you believe?
Oh.
So this is Windsor Castle. That's where it's meant to be set.
Yeah.
Windsor Castle, home of the Queen. But they couldn't shoot at Windsor Castle, obviously.
Yes.
So they made do with another castle, Arundel Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And in Arundel Castle, that was where my great-grandmother on my mother's side worked as a cook.
Oh my.
Oh, cool.
How about that?
Was her name Elsa, and did she learn to let it go?
And that's your cue.
What cue?
God damn it.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
No.
That is just-
The rim shot. The rim shot.
Oh, the rim shot. Oh, okay. Yeah, hang on.
Jerry!
You weren't fucking specific in what you wanted.
I know you
Welcome
talk about
everybody to
Frozen Let
Silver
It Go,
Nemesis, or as it's more formally known, the episode where we make Rainiac go mad.
so every single
the
one
silver
then.
nemesis is actually the tinsel we're hanging up because it's Christmas.
Jerry!
Okay. You want to talk about something nice? Look, Doctor Who's wearing a fez.
Well, Ace is wearing
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah, well, they're both wearing it, you know? Hey, look at that. How about that shit? Doctor Who wearing a
Fezes
fez.
are cool.
Like 20 years before the 11th Doctor made it.
I have to wonder if
Isn't that
Stephen
neat?
Moffat actually watched this story and enjoyed it, because there are elements of the Bond era in this story.
Okay.
I think it would be the reverse there, Rainiac.
No. Here's a funny point.
No, I mean that there are elements in the book. Yes. Yeah, but it's
Here's
the
a
same.
funny
Yes.
point.
It's reverse.
I'll give you a funny point of comparison. Silver Nemesis is kind of like the Chibnall era. Let's think about it.
That's not
we
funny.
have. Oh, no. Hear me out.
We have to think about the Chibnall area. 'cause
We have
I not.
Cybermen showing up just for legacy stompy robot monsters. We have a character who's like, I know the mysterious mysteries of the Doctor, the things that must not be spoken, and if they were spoken, everything you know would be changed forever. And also, we have Nazis for no goddamn reason.
To quote the Joker just before he died in the animated series, that's not funny. That's not. I don't love it, but the way they tried to edit out that death and they made it even more horrific.
The electric.
Yeah, that's worse, arguably.
Jesus.
He went from being shot by a bang flag to the sentence of death, electrocution.
So, the Doctor is in the vault of Windsor Castle to borrow a silver bow from the vault and return it after, when nobody will ever know.
This bow gets around a bit in this story.
It does.
I got
does.
confused.
Yeah, just a
Who had
bit.
it? Who had it? Who had possession of it? Where was it next?
Yeah, well, for the time being, the Flores has it.
Yes, De Flores has it for
It's
the
in
time
the hands
being.
of Nazis, unfortunately.
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 How do we break away from the Nazis? I know. Bad 80 special effects.
Ooh.
The comet lands in the most 80s way imaginable. Terrible visual effects.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they got the pyrotechnics right.
They got the pyrotechnics right.
So
it
there's a big
lands,
boom.
and the Doctor's like,
and-
"Oh, okay. Well, I launched this into space in the first place, Ace. So I've got to go and deal with this." The Nazis are here. Everyone's after the comet because, of course, they are.
Yeah, well, we should also mention that both De Flores and Painfort, because De Flores has the bow and Painfort has the arrow. So both the bow and the arrow start glowing. It's like proximity radar. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
we're close to the comet. And Painfort has a great bit where she's just like, cry havoc! We must flee we must find and get the Nemesis. And she picks up a chair and just smashes the fucking window.
Yeah. You get the impression that Lady Painfort's actress had a lot of fun,
Oh yeah.
particularly
Yeah,
in
it's
part
like
3.
I'm not bagging on her for these moments, which are really, really funny. I'm bagging on the fact that she has nothing to do.
Yeah, but she especially has fun in part 3. I'll say that right now.
Oh yeah.
Very
so,
true.
The second in command of the Nazis, who's I don't fucking know his name. Who gives a shit? He's
Carl.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's
Does
like,
he eat hands?
so he's like, Herr De Flores, why don't we just go get the comet now? And De Flores is like, you dumb idiot! It just came from deep space and re-entered the atmosphere. It's hot as shit. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna let the handy English police guard it while it cools off, and then we'll go get it.
Yeah, the police got here very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be like a reveal, like they were not police and they were also after it, but no.
No.
They're just English bobbies.
Yeah.
Thank fuck for that, because then we'd have 4 antagonists. That's a little too much.
So
moving on.
the Doctor doesn't find the bow in Windsor Castle because there's just a note that says that the Nemesis bow, mysteriously disappeared in 1738. And presumably from there it just went on a chain of thing, and I guess something, Hitler obsessed with the occult, blah, 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 De Flores has the bow.
There's also a legend that the Wilder will return to destroy the world unless they keep a place for the bow to be safely returned.
So from there, the Doctor helps the TARDIS back to 1638 into Lady Painfort's manor, and they find the dead astronomer, and we get some exposition and whatnot.
What the hell's this? Validium?
Validium. It's the bow. So the bow belonged to a statue of Lady Painfort, which she made out of a space metal called Validium, which is living metal.
Yeah, and Lady Painfort made it out of... It landed in a meadow, I think?
Yeah.
And she made the statue. Yep. So that's important
for later.
The
statue did horrible things, apparently.
And then she used the latent power of the arrow and some black magic bullshit to make a potion to time travel into 1988.
Yes, as you do.
As you do.
There's also a nice bit, well, not a nice bit, but there's also a touching bit where the Doctor can see the dead body of the mathematician.
Yeah.
But Ace can't, so he quickly runs forward and covers it with a sheet. So she can't see how he died. So back to the police then, and they must be Rolling Stones fans because it's a guess.
Yeah, just gas jets come out of the ground and fucking kill all the policemen.
They just knock them unconscious, actually.
Oh, well,
the Nazis turn up later and they like check for a pulse, and they're breathing, so they're not dead.
Okay, that's
so. Is what we're supposed to conclude that the Nemesis comet is the one that did this to the cops?
I was thinking that it was a trap set by Cybermen.
I think it's no idea. I think it's the two guys with silver headphones.
Yeah, I think those guys set the trap by the orders of the Cybermen.
It's never actually
that I'm
revealed.
more fine with. Because when the Doctor comes in later on and starts talking to people, he's like, talking about how the Nemesis has like technology far advanced that they'll never understand. It's like, I swear to fuck, if it's the meteorite that gassed all those cops, I'm gonna be mad.
No,
as I say, it's never revealed. So
another hop in the TARDIS. There's a lot of TARDIS travel thing. We keep hopping, fucking back and forth, like 1988, 1638.
We have these set pieces and we're going to use them, damn it.
So now we go to just outside Windsor Castle in 1988.
Oh, this cameo.
This is good shit. So they sneak in with a tour group and then they find like a sign that says no entry, the Royal Apartments. And so a no entry sign.
I'm sure that sign totally exists.
Which, I mean, the Doctor Who is sign saying no entry. Might as well read come on in. So he goes through, and Ace is like, Doctor, I don't think we should be here. And then some lady is walking towards them. It's some lady walking about in pink, walking a bunch of corgis. So I wonder who that is.
You never see this woman's face.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And she's not credited in the cast list.
But the Doctor's like, I swear I know that woman. Why does she seem so familiar to me?
It's even better because they're like walking and these and he's like, and Ace is like, doctor, there's someone coming, and the doctor's like, just act like you own the place, because I mean,
Which is ironic because the woman that's approaching really does own the place.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Ace pulls him into like a corner, and then the doctor's like, wait, she's who? That's just who we need. Quick, let's go after her.
Did you catch the tourist group at all?
Oh, I know this tidbit.
Is this real? Because I didn't see him in the episode.
I mean, to be fair, we had like a VHS fucking quality rip, so you can make this shit out. I mean, if they ever put it on Blu-ray, you'll probably see them. But I believe, because the making of says this as well, so you can tell a factoid because it's true.
Yeah, apparently some famous figures from the past of Doctor Who were the tourists.
Oh.
Including the writer Kevin Clarke, Kathleen Bidmead, and of course Nicholas Courtney.
Hey.
The Brig.
I know Kevin Clarke shows up in part 2, and he's actually more defined.
The full list includes Andrew Morgan, Graham Curry, Fiona Cumming, and Peter Moffat.
All Doctor Who directors for the classic.
And also The Brig.
And also The Brig.
Actually, this leads me to a question that I have for you, Rainiac, which I don't know if you would know this or not.
Okay.
So I don't know how it works there, but if the Queen is in residence in Windsor Castle, do they really just allow random tour groups to come through like that?
I don't think they do now.
Okay, because I was going to say, that seems a little, unsafe.
I think it all has to be carefully controlled and monitored.
So we get another...
I think it was 1992 that somebody broke into Windsor Castle.
Oh, jeez.
But,
yeah, it's like, I couldn't remember exactly when it was, but I knew somebody tried to, like, break into Windsor Castle,
I think he was a soldier suffering from PTSD or something, and he actually got to see the Queen, but she just calmly kept him talking before they were able to grab him.
Yes, that was in, wasn't that in Buckingham, though?
Oh, it could have been in Buckingham, yeah, but, the point is, wherever she is, she would heavily have security with her, so...
Yes. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that there'd be just a tour group going through Windsor Castle while she was currently in Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
So but also, that's just me nitpicking, so...
It's a bit strange, but it sets up the Ace and the Doctor getting arrested. Because they're like, we need to switch to that woman, and they open the door and they're like, what are you doing here?
This is like a reference I never really caught, but I only caught it because we just fucking did it. So they do the usual thing. Oh, who are you? Where you come from? Oh, you never believe me. Try me. I am traveled through time and space. Oh, you're obvious. And then the Doctor pulls out a pair of fucking glasses and puts them on, and is like, "Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth."
Yeah,
it's a fucking War Games reference.
It's a War Games reference, but also they look like Elton John's glasses.
Are you sure it's supposed to be a War Games reference? Because, I mean, the glasses don't work. He's just doing this because, he's literally messing with their minds.
They work for a little bit.
Well, yeah, but it was only because he was like, sometimes the best way of subterfuge is just to distract somebody, and then it only lasts.
I don't know if it is a direct War Games reference, but it's definitely referencing it indirectly, whether they meant to or not.
Yeah. By the way, they run, and they're running down the stairs, and then Ace is like, "Hey, Doctor, that's a portrait of me hanging in Windsor Castle. Why is a portrait of me hanging in Windsor Castle? Oh, hasn't happened yet, I guess."
Victorian dress, I think she's in.
Do we ever get to see how that painting gets made?
We do not.
No.
Or is that just a cute little aside?
No, it might have been part of the next season. It might be part of the Cartmel master plan.
I mean, the only time that she was in Victorian dress in the next season was Ghostlight, and like we want, there was no time for her to sit down. And down in that fucking
I've seen that one, thanks.
Yeah, we all seen that one.
I know.
Yeah.
It's still.
I picked it.
It just weirded me the hell out. So.
No more ladylike.
It's good, but it's very hard to
Weird.
wrap your head around.
Gonzo, I love it. So
Apparently, the deleted the behind the scenes stuff would have really helped, but I didn't have that to hand. So
yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway, so the Nazis are like, okay, it's time to move in on the comet. Hey, why are all the cops unconscious? That's weird. And so the TARDIS arrives just as they're coming in, and Lady Plainfort and Richard are also sort of hiding in the bushes, just scoping things out. And so the Doctor and Hayes come up to the fucking Nazis, and the Doctor's like, "Excuse me, I'm wondering if..." Oh, you're pointing guns at me. Okay.
No, it's really funny because he comes over like, "Do not be afraid. Everything's fine.
we're not going to hurt
Everything's
you.
fine."
I have no wish to hurt you. And it's like, oh, men just pointing guns at him. So he's either
He doesn't know this
extremely
yet, but
brave-
they are armed Nazis pointing guns at him.
He just knows at this point there are men pointing guns at him. He doesn't know they're Nazis.
So
Yeah.
apparently you need both the bow and the arrow to fully activate the statue. So DeFlores is like, "Okay, give me the arrow, man, or else I'm going to shoot your friend."
I don't have the arrow.
Well, then we're going to shoot your friend there. But then all of a sudden, is that a fucking spaceship?
It is. It's our cliffhanger.
Oh no! It's the Cybermen!
I love the fact the cliffhanger in this Cyberman story is, oh no, there are Cybermen here.
I mean, that's like every fucking Dalek story in the classic.
I mean, I hate to tell you, but actually the cliffhanger is, "Oh yay, the Cybermen are here." Oh no, the Cybermen are here.
Yeah, because they've saved Ace inadvertently. And the Doctor's like, you might not want to thank him just yet, Ace.
Yeah, considering.
The ship lands, here comes the Cybermen, and who's back but David Banks?
Excellent!
Oh
yeah.
He gives a great performance as the Cyber leader each
Oh
time.
yeah, fun fucking fact for y'all. The week we're releasing this podcast is 40 years, the 40-year anniversary of the airing of parts 3 and 4 of Earthshock.
Yay.
That's a fucking...
This is the better news to the Cybermen and Earthshock. Yes, I've said it.
Fucking... Listen. I could give you a fucking take. A fucking 4 to Doomsday is a better take on the Cybermen than Earthshock. And God help me, I will back that up if we ever discuss fucking 4 to Doomsday.
I think I blanked out. Are they even in Fall to Doomsday? Or is that the joke?
No, but it deals with the shock and horror of transhumanism and uploading your brain into a fucking robot body.
That is the joke. Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's automatically a better Cyberman story than Earthshock, where they're just, "We are evil robots, Doctor, and we will kill you."
But I think you will accept that even if you don't like Earthshock, David Banks is a great choice to voice the Cyber leader.
Yes, I like him. I like him.
Also, I better not be hearing anything bad about my boy Adric.
We're not. We're not. We're talking about Earthshock
I'm just
as a
putting
story.
that out there. Just putting that out there for others who might be watching, and they might say something. I don't give a shit. You leave my boy alone.
That's your warning. That's your one and only warning.
Part 2 then?
You have been told. Part 2.
Part
Well,
2.
what a glorious fucking start to part 2. So the Nazis immediately start shooting at the Cybermen. It does jack shit. And now the Nazis are getting killed by the Cybermen.
The Nazis versus the Cybermen. The Nazis versus the Cybermen. Whoever loses, we win.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, a bunch of Nazis just get fucking killed by the Cybermen. This is the most invested I've been in the Cybermen.
Oh
in
dear,
years.
how sad. Never mind.
Oh. You can't hit.
Allow me to play the world's tiniest violin for the dead Nazis and Cybermen. Oh wait, it doesn't exist.
Good.
Now this is a fun continuity crackle. Lady Painford also just has her arrows, and she's shooting at the Cybermen. You wouldn't think that a fucking like submachine gun would do nothing but an arrow would kill the Cybermen, but it does, because her arrows are gold tipped, and as the lore says, Cybermen can't handle gold in their ventilation system.
No, they're definitely allergic to gold.
So it kills them.
Well, you know, if a Cyberman touches gold, they go, "Ow."
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
No, I don't get that. It took me a minute.
I noticed.
Yeah, that's okay. Cat, hit the button.
Okay.
Man, I'm going to get so much mileage out of that monkey rim shot video. That's what now, seven times? Can I just say the actor playing Richard plays a blinder here as she's shooting her arrows? Because she's like shooting her arrows off at the side and she's going, a hit! A direct hit, Richard! And Richard's on his knees praying to God.
Oh,
He's
Bob,
like,
get me the fuck out
I'll
of here!
make sure. He's like, I'll be sure to pay that guy back the money that I owe him. And it's like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
It's like, we haven't really mentioned, but Painforth is like, she's all business. But Richard is like, oh my god, this fucking dark future is terrifying me. Everything smells and there's so much noise and I'm scared out of my fucking mind.
I mean, mood.
Yeah.
But the Cybermen and the Nazis are fighting each other. There's lots of explosions. There's lots of falling stuntmen.
There's lots of dying Nazis, which, again, good.
And dying Cybermen, which is also
The
good.
Nazis don't make a dent in the Cybermen. They shoot one and it just injures it slightly.
Yeah.
So and then the only one that's killing Cybermen is Lady Painforth. She takes out two of them here.
Both the Flores and the Doctor are investigating the arrow, and they're like, oh, they're gold tipped. Interesting.
And poison.
And they're also deep in poison, yeah.
Although how poison would affect Cybermen, I have no idea.
Well, Painforth thinks that she's like, see how my poisons fell the metal men.
I think the Doctor comes across a Cyberman when I was looking at it saying, that shouldn't take out a Cyberman. Oh, I see. It's gold and it's been dipped in a deadly poison.
So the Doctor gets brave and he's like, at this point he's like sort of dove for cover down by the comet. And basically, he takes the bow and he and Ace get the fuck out of there. But Painforth sees them and she's like, that damnable Doctor! The nameless Doctor, my nemesis! And so, as they escape, she tries to shoot an arrow at them, but she hits the TARDIS instead.
Yeah, and then the arrow magically disappears 5 seconds later with the power of bad editing.
Hey.
It's stuck in there, though. It might vanish on occasion because of the editing, but it's stuck in there.
It's stuck in there and it dematerializes with the TARDIS. So.
Yeah, so, and I can't believe I'm saying this. That might become important later on.
Can I just say, I'm also very glad. I pointed this out last night, but I was like, if it turns out that the TARDIS is somehow affected by that arrow hitting it, I was going to be mad for exactly 2 reasons. One, because, what did I say?
Oh, I think I can hear what you said.
I'm guessing this is going back to the
one,
point
because the TARDIS got poisoned, because that's stupid. And 2, that's even more proof that the TARDISes are alive.
Yeah. Thankfully, neither of those two things happened.
I mean, who would forget such a thing like that?
Yeah. Who?
Text notes. Chris Chibnall.
So, De Flores, not realizing that the Doctor has booked it with the bow, turns to his lackey and he's like, we must get the bow and retreat.
So Carl goes to retrieve the bow, and this is where I got confused. Was like, hang on a minute, the Doctor's got the bow, but he just takes the case.
Yeah.
And obviously, because it's like
they take the case and they don't look inside it. They just assume that they've got the bow in there.
Well, no time. There's gunfire and people getting shot. So.
Oh yeah. So they just take the case and then De Flores and Carl fucking book it.
I can't exactly. I mean, I hate the fact that they did this, but I can't exactly fault their tactics.
Like the tweet says, Rainiac. Under no circumstances regarding the Nazis do you gotta hand it to them.
Okay, Drill.
The only thing you gotta hand to Nazis are live hand grenades with the pin pulled out.
Yes.
I was going to say something else,
also,
but let's move on.
If anybody out there is thinking, wow, she's really violent against the Nazis, please leave.
Again, the Blues Brothers got it right. Illinois Nazis. Man, I hate Illinois Nazis. Just drives them off a bridge.
No, I'm just thinking of the part in the Blues Brothers where the Nazi car just falls like thousands of feet.
Yeah, they get eviscerated by an explosion.
And they fall into a fucking pothole and die.
I've always loved you. That film is too good.
It's a very good film. But
I've never seen it.
one day.
Well, we've got to fix that.
I
think you'd enjoy it. It's a riotous comedy.
So, hey, can you guess where the Doctor has traveled in the TARDIS to get away from this battle?
Ace, we made it! Windsor, 1638!
Because they have the sets, damn it, and they're going to use it.
Yeah.
There is a lot of time travel between the two locations.
Yeah.
Some could call it Writers Gotta Eat, but...
I mean, this episode's fucking overstuffed. Like,
there are bits that don't make too much sense.
Yeah.
At the time, then bits that make sense further on. This is one of them, because the body has not been discovered, it's been removed.
Mm.
So what's going on with that? Well,
and
we
also,
don't find out.
The chess pieces on the chessboard that were there before have moved. And the Doctor's playing a little chess game, which is some sort of fucking foreshadowing to Curse of Fenric.
It absolutely is. There was a reference to Silver Nemesis back when we did Fenric, and this is what it is.
Yeah.
The Doctor is playing chess against an unknown opponent, and you think, okay, is that Lady Painful? Is that the Cybermen? No, it's Fenric!
Not done.
But of course, Fenric is not mentioned until much later on.
The Doctor grabs a note from the desk and he just burns it, and it's his own note. Got the astronomers started on the calculations for the Nemesis. So this is another, McCoy, I'm 5 steps ahead, Machiavelli master plan bullshit.
Back in the present day, then, the Cybermen have got the meteor.
Done.
And they're strong enough to just carry the damn thing inside.
There's like a hangar or something, a warehouse.
It's not a warehouse. We find out what it is a bit later on.
Well, whatever it is, it's like an industrial sort of building.
I think it is supposed to be like a hangar, but or at least the shape is reminding me of.
You're right. It's like a warehouse hangar type place. You're right.
Yeah.
So they've got that set. So they've got the thing there, and DeFlores and Carl are plotting, and DeFlores has a bunch of gold dust, so that's going to come in handy against the Cybermen.
It's strange how everyone seems to know their enemies in this one.
Yeah.
The Cybermen know who Lady Painful is. Lady Painful knows how to kill the Cybermen. DeFlores knows about the gold dust.
Well, I mean, you could argue the latter two as observation from the battle.
I think so, but it's to... I suppose it's to give them an equal footing against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 95% sure that the only reason Painfort has the gold-tipped arrows is to flex on everybody else.
Yeah. It's like, the writers probably, they're like, how can I show off the weakness to gold and have the characters discover, oh, Painfort has gold-tipped arrows.
I don't get the poison, because surely the gold is enough.
No, well, the poison doesn't matter. It's the gold.
Oh, wait a minute. It's because she's a poison... She admits being a poisoner in her past later on. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. Anyway,
yeah, I think the gold-tipped arrows is just to flex on people, and then the poison is what she actually thinks is what's working.
Yeah, but it's actually the gold.
I said that earlier on in part 1 when she was like, not early in part 1, or at the beginning of part 2, where she's like, the poison is killing the metal men.
Yeah.
And then
the Nazis don't know about the poison, so they automatically assume, oh, it's the gold.
Okay, so it's not quite Chekhov's arrow here, but
anyway,
they're sort of learning from their experiences or something like that. So then we had a couple of quite wild scenes to break up all the main plot.
Oh yeah.
Involving Painful and also involving Jazz. So let's do the Painful things first. So they're just walking through town.
Jazz?
Also, this is a scene where you can, like, if you go back and look when they're walking down the street, you can see they actually pass the rider, because I remember.
Yeah, he makes a cameo here. Maybe it's where some of those other cameos were as well. It just is the tourists.
Yeah, but you can actually make him out in this scene because he like turns back and looks at the camera as Painfort passes by.
I love when they're going through the streets of Windsor, though.
Oh, that was the writer? I just thought it was like a really good paid like extra because he looks back at them like, the fuck are they doing?
Nope, that's the writer.
Well, he's an extra, but yes, he's the writer. He's the writer.
Give him an Emmy.
Kevin Clark.
I love when they get into town. Richard's like, "Oh my God, Mom! Look at the people. They're dressed so sweet. Where are we? Don't be foolish, Richard. This is Windsor."
And everyone's just looking at him like, what the hell?
But taking particular interest are these two unsavory individuals.
Oh my God, the skinheads.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Let's just do the
So
skinhead
are they
bit now.
actual skinheads or are they just youths?
They're created as Skinhead 1, Skinhead 2.
Oh boy!
But I think they're
Even
just
more
like thugs.
Nazis.
No, I think they're just thugs. I don't think they're actual. Because in the UK,
Well,
not
then
all
they're not
skinheads.
fucking skinheads.
Not all skinheads are Nazis in the UK though.
I see.
That's
Skinhead
stupid.
became sort of a thug or like a
Okay, so
yob
it's-
culture. So yeah,
So it's just a generic,
these two
thug
ne'er-do-wells.
hooligan. These two hooligans.
Hooligans is a good
These
word for
two
them.
chavs.
Hooligans is better.
Chavs.
They confront Painfort and Richard,
Just
Oh.
because
And
it
they're
irritates you.
Oh,
and they basically say in their wonderful British accents, "Give us your money, mate."
Okay, I have a severe question about this. Why the fuck do they think that these two are social workers?
I think that's like a cutting commentary joke, and it's not funny in the slightest.
It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever because they're dressed like they're from the fucking Renaissance, not
They
like
look
they're
like they
social
walked off
workers.
of the fuck. They
I
look
think the
like
joke is they
came
never met a
from
social
the
worker in their
fuck.
life before, so they're against them.
Either
But
way,
it makes no
they're going
sense.
to-
I mean,
They're
I
like-
guess, but I mean, if you see someone and it looks like they came from fucking Macbeth, I wouldn't automatically assume, hey, social worker joke. Awesome.
You're not too far away from the time frame for Macbeth, so yeah.
Well, anyway, they're gonna attempt to rob Painfort and Richard.
It's going to go really well for them.
Next scene, we find that they've been fucking tied upside down to a tree, and they've been stripped of their underwear, and their clothes are on fire.
Yeah, they've been stripped to their boxes, and they're hanging upside down by the tree. And honesty serves
See-
them right.
This is why I'm glad that she's in the episode, because of moments like this,
This is great, yeah.
where it's friggin' hilarious how she gets out of stuff.
Also reminds me of a real life thing that happened this past weekend in Glasgow. I think it was this past weekend. It was certainly linked this
What
past
did
weekend.
Extinction Rebellion do this time?
No. I'm not going to link the clip because I don't want to give it traction. But there's a bunch of kids that are attacking a train as like football fans are getting off of it. They're throwing like bottles
Right.
and coins and things. And then this guy gets off the train and shouts, and they all leg up the stairs as one.
Oi, knock it off!
They basically collectively shit themselves live on camera.
Deserved.
So,
They did
So-
not expect like somebody to take offense to it and like, right, you're dead.
oh fuck. Back with the Doctor and Haste, we get some exposition about Validium, and maybe shockingly familiar, in a way, like thematically, because he says Validium was created as the ultimate defense for Gallifrey by Omega and Rassilon in the ancient times. It shouldn't have left the planet, but some of it did. The Doctor launched it into space, and now it's back, and all these factions are vying for it. This is just fucking Remembrance of the Daleks again.
It is. The Validium is just the hand of Omega.
It basically is. And I mean, even in the fucking climax, not to spoil it, but it's the same fucking climax when you really think about it.
But it is actually. But we're not done with the goofy scenes. I
No,
think
oh,
it's slightly better. But
This is wonderful. This
the
is wonderful.
alpacas.
Oh, the alpacas?
Speaking of
I'm
Carl.
95% sure those were llamas, but okay.
Speaking
Oh,
of Carl.
Wait, hang on. We gotta focus here. Let's talk. I want to talk about the llama scene.
I mean, whether they're llamas or
Because-
alpacas, and they're like similar species.
I mean,
what are
I
you even
think
doing
you
in the
appre-
UK?
I think you
You can
appreciate.
usually tell by the faces. The faces have a distinctive look on both llamas and
Okay, well
alpacas.
let's call them llamas because that works. Because Carl, but
I think you appreciate the joke that Painfort gives here. Where it's like Richard is like, "What is this? Is this a bear pursuing us? Don't be silly, Richard. Such things only happen in the theater."
yeah, I appreciate that joke. Winner's tale.
That's a really good one.
Exit pursued by a bear. Yeah.
I also really appreciate the fact that, he's obviously scared of these llamas. He's like, oh, what manner of beasts are these? Will they attack us? And she's like, eventually she's like, no, they seem benevolent. It's like, have you ever met a llama?
Yeah, they spit with deadly accuracy.
Yeah.
Also, on the subject
Also,
of
if you manage to find the wrong llama and decide to give it some weed, it'll bite your fingers off.
wow, on the
Damn
subject of what?
Excuse me while I just go change my shirt randomly throughout this entire podcast.
What are you talking about?
Do we hang on. I have the fucking third reference. Yeah.
I'm very confused right now.
Wow, everyone sure is having an electric time in this hot tub. Let me just hop in.
Oh, oh God.
Now he gets it.
Now he gets it.
She's fine.
No,
Wrong
that's
movie.
No, that's not right. That's Velocipasta. That's Velocipasta.
Cat.
Lamageddon.
Do you have the Gandhi quote?
I do have the Gandhi quote.
That's still the wrong
I
movie,
would very much like to see the Gandhi quote.
That's the wrong movie, though.
I don't care. I want to see the Gandhi quote again, please.
Also, on the subject of exit pursued by a bear, Hank the Tank did nothing wrong. Or should I say Hank the Tanks? Because there's actually 3 bears. There it is.
Thank you, Cat. Thank you, Cat.
For those who have not seen either of the things that we're referencing, please go online to either Amazon or to your favorite place to find certain movies. I know that Llamageddon at the very least is free, possibly even Velocipaster, I don't know. But go watch those 2 movies.
They're free. I know Llamageddon's free on Tubi.
Yeah.
Yes, Tubi, that's the one.
So, back to
It's
Silver
free.
Nemesis.
That's
Oh,
still
yeah,
Nemesis.
So the Cybermen have set up moved to this other castle thing. It's like,
Yeah, well, we find out what that is momentarily, but
yeah. But they're in there and they're gonna patch themselves into the cyber fleet to communicate and do some shit. But the Doctor and Ace are playing around with that tape deck, and Ace pops in her jazz tape.
I love this so much.
And they're going to jam the signal.
I love this so much. So
Literally.
they're like, leader,
Yes.
we have made contact with the fleet. Excellent, put them through. Do 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 do.
Just like, what is
Also,
this?
I can't remember exactly when this reveal happens. Maybe it's before, maybe it's after this. But I love the reveal that the little space that they're in is inside of a safari park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why there's llamas.
That's what his llamas. Yeah.
great.
I wonder if that was like Longleat or some place in the UK. But
Longleat.
well, they'd already filmed in Arundel Castle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of Longleat in terms of Doctor Who history.
Okay, not aware of this.
Oh, okay. I'll tell the story. So in 1983, for the 20th anniversary, they were going to hold like a little convention thing at Longleat, the Doctor Who exhibition, and like they massively underestimated how many fucking people would show up, and so they were fucking swamped, and the line was like fucking 10 miles long or whatever the fuck. There were like thousands more people than they ever anticipated coming to this fucking shit. So
Wow.
it was kind of like, a big disaster in that way.
Good job.
Good job.
I hope no one was hurt.
No, I don't.
So it wasn't like a crowd crush or anything like that.
No, I don't think anything.
Because they're nasty.
I don't
Um,
think anything super tragic like that.
speaking of nasty, this is actually kind of horrifying as a concept.
Oh yeah,
We cut to Painfort and Richard.
Richard's scared out of his mind, and Painforth's just like, "Oh, how are you, my lady? Oh, calm down, Richard. It's just your own grave."
Yep. How horrifying is this?
Hey, look.
Richard knows exactly the day and the year he will die now.
Fun.
He knows he will live for another 13 years.
13?
Yeah, he died in 1651.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, that's your tomb. That's your burial place, Richard. But mine's in there.
mine's a bit grander than yours. And so they go inside this tomb, this mausoleum, and then we cut to the Cybermen. We cut to the Cybermen, and they're like, that the fool Painford has visited her own tomb. When she discovers that, it will drive her mad. I mean, you're a bit late there. She's already mad.
But like, she's like, "Where's the Nemesis? Where is it? Where is it?" And then we get the clip that Linkara loves.
Is this just the Cybermen just getting taken out by the arrow immediately?
No. It's when Painford's like, "Where is it? Where's Nemesis? Where?" And they're like, "Is this the human condition known as madness, Lita?" "Yes, it is."
Oh, right. And then that's when the arrow hits him out of nowhere.
Ah! Yeah.
That feels like a strange edit, that.
Oh, you want to talk about great scenes? So, we never mentioned, but the Cybermen got here by flying their ship, and it was a wonderful fucking special effect. Where I'll even tell you how they did the effect. They literally just shot a helicopter flying low, and then they pasted the fucking image of the ship over the helicopter on the footage,
and it somehow works.
And it works.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you've got the helicopter. The movement of the helicopter is making the trees blow and shit, and it's blocky enough that it blocks all the rotors. So,
for this one specific thing, good job, effects team. For other things, not so much. But
I will get that. But this is great. So the Doctor and Ace have snuck towards the cyber ship where the two guys with headphones are guarding it. And we get, this is one of the all-time great Doctor Ace scenes.
Yeah.
I love this. This is why I said that Ace is one of my favorite companions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ace, you didn't bring any explosives, did you? Of course not, Professor. Good. Blow that ship up.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows immediately. She's brought the nitro
Professor,
nine.
I'm a good girl and I do as I'm told. Good, go blow it up.
Yeah. Like, he told her that,
I love
knowing
it.
she would bring it. He wanted her to bring it.
And
He's
he
secretly
and the
approved of being a
Doctor is-
pyromaniac.
And the Doctor is the clever distraction. He just walks up. "Hello, I'm Doctor. I believe you want to kill me."
I love this scene. Takes his hat off, they start shooting at him.
So they start shooting at him. He ducks into the bushes, and that gives Ace enough time to armor Nitro 9 and throw her backpack full of Nitro 9 into the ship, and just kaboom, kablooey.
Oh, she gives us the full treatment. She didn't just throw like one canister in, the whole lot.
Oh, fucking backpack of Nitro 9.
Well, don't need that prop anymore for this episode. Hoik!
I love it.
It's a shame though, because the two sentries get killed for this.
So fun continuity fact. This is why Ace looking for her backpack in the greatest ship in the galaxy doesn't make sense, because she blew it up.
Yeah.
One was supposed to come before the other, but they shuffled it to make it fit the anniversary. But anyway, the Cybermen are think that the headphone guys betrayed them, and so they're killed.
But they were dead already, technically.
Yeah, Ace is like, "Oh no, I got those guys killed. I feel bad." Don't feel bad about it. They were dead already. The Cybermen half converted them, and they were probably going to do that to you too. So don't feel fucking bad about that shit.
And then we go from this nice happy scene to a bargain between the Nazis and the Cybermen.
Well, before that, I just want to mention that Painford is looking for the statue, and she's like, "Oh, it's got to be in my tomb. It's got to be in my tomb." And they open it up, and it's like, and Richard's like, "Wait, your tomb doesn't have your bones in it. Where are your bones?" And Painford's like, "Who gives a shit? All I care about is the Nemesis."
Foreshadowing.
But yeah, this maybe is another reason why you have Nazis instead of just generic mercenaries, because this actually kind of makes some fucking sense if you were actually going to develop it further. It's kind of half-baked here because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
It's basically the fucking Nazis are like, hey, you guys know Wagner? Because you're the Giants! You're the Ubermensch!
Yeah, we're the Supermen, but you are the Giants. So they basically cut a deal to divide up Earth.
They're basically like, okay, so that lady in there's got gold arrows and you can't handle gold, but we're not weak to gold. So if we go in there and get the arrow for you, then, we'll share the planet. And the cyber leader's like, if you do this for us, we'll divide this planet into your slave groups and ours.
Yeah.
So, and like,
And then,
And then, you know, as an aside, they both, like, go to opposite ends of the stage, and they're like, we're totally going to betray them, by the way.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
can't believe this. We actually have to side with the damn Cybermen here.
I mean,
I've got written the Cybermen are going to kill the Nazis as soon as they succeed. Brackets good.
yeah.
VFX, car on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fitting because it is a car crash. But
So the doctor, meanwhile, he's hanging out with Ace in the woods, and he's like, "Damn it, I can't find those cyber ships on my tape deck scanner. This is very frustrating."
we also get an interesting bit of exposition about the comet.
Oh yeah,
This
every
comet, this
25 years
Nemesis,
thing?
it causes destruction every time it visits. It comes back to the Earth. So in 1913, World War One was about to break out. 1938, Hitler annexed Austria. 1963, Kennedy was assassinated. 1988, where's that comet?
1988. Fucking world history in 1988. What happened in 1988 that would bring fucking Nemesis and devilish things? Let's look at November 1988.
Do we have to?
Let's see. Fucking. There we are. November 23rd, former Korean President Chun Doo-hwan makes a formal apology for corruption during his presidency, announcing he will go into exile. Truly, the Nemesis has brought
Truly
about calamity.
disastrous. However will the world cope with this?
That's actually a thing. I literally just looked up 1988 on Wikipedia.
So, what was the day that this whole thing was supposed to happen, that the meteor landed? I
November
honestly
23rd.
forgot.
The day it aired.
23rd, okay.
The anniversary of the show.
Let's see.
Of course, you know. An amazing thing happened on November 23rd in the Doctor Who universe. On 1986, Clara Oswald was born.
Yep. We're not apologizing.
No. Okay. So,
we get towards the end of part 2 now. So you've got Lady Pennyport.
On November 23rd that year, France performed a nuclear test. Wayne Gretzky scored his 600th NHL goal.
Truly a sign of the
event.
apocalypse.
I mean, as a Canadian, I cheer that. I'm obligated to.
I mean, I'm not Canadian, but Wayne Gretzky is probably the GOAT.
Chuck Berry paid a $250 fine to resolve NYC assault charges on the 25th.
That's not a lot of money for.
I didn't know he was alive back in 1988.
Probably.
To be fair, I don't know. Maybe it was a lot of money for him or something. I'm not entirely sure.
It could.
I don't know what the assault charges were. So.
And we're not going to find out because back to Doctor Who.
So the Nazis approach the Painfort's tomb, and Richard's like, "Oh no, we only have one arrow left. Oh, can't fight back against these people with their advanced machinery. Oh, their advanced weapons are too powerful for us."
And there's a message on the tomb. It's like, death is but a door. I think it is.
Yeah.
And Painful Citizen says, "Aha! I knew I'd cheat my death one day." So the implication is there's like a secret tunnel built into the tomb.
Secret tunnel.
And so the Nazis come in and they're like, "Give us the arrow. You can't win." And Richard is just like, "Fuck it, you can have it." And he just gives it to him, and he
play of the game. Play of the game? Question mark, Richard.
He's just like, "Fucketh this shit. I'm out."
Yes.
And so he grabs Painfort, and he's just like, he gives him the arrow, and he just fucking runs.
But behold thy cup where I keep my fox, and find it is barren.
So the Nazis are like, we've won! We have the statue and the arrow. We can take control of those dastardly
I'll be taking that now.
And destroy them! They're right behind us, aren't they?
Yeah. Excellent. I'm right behind you now.
Yeah, well, who gives a shit? We've got the bow and the statue and the arrow. You can't stop us now. Carl, give me the bow. Where's
What do you mean it's an empty case?
What do you mean it's an empty case?
Again,
It's even better because the cyber leader's like, well, then show us the bow. And he's like, fine, I will. And then he goes in the case and he's like, so about what I said.
I think the idea was that as soon as if the bow was there, he was just going to kill him and take it off of him, but it's not there. Or maybe he knew it wasn't there.
We get our cliffhanger, and
it's not much of a cliffhanger. This.
No, I mean the cliffhanger game kind of weak.
I mean,
it's kind of basic.
It's the same cliffhanger twice because the first cliffhanger is, oh no, there are Cybermen.
So the Doctor sees a lizard in a log, and he's like, "Of course, that's why I can't see the cyber ships. They're camouflaged." And so he fucks with the he fucks with the settings on the tape deck, the base and the treble, and he discovers the cloaked cyber warships, thousands of them in orbit above planet Earth. Oh no!
Yeah. So part one cliffhanger, there are Cybermen. Part two cliffhanger, there are lots of Cybermen.
It's pretty fucking basic, really. The cliffhanger game.
It's pretty weak.
But I mean, I'm enjoying I'm kind of vibing with the story.
I enjoy the story. Just, the cliffhanger is pretty weak.
So part 3, they're like, okay, there's a million billion cyber ships. What are we gonna do now? Oh, we're gonna go to the crypt with the bow and give it to the statue.
And then the Doctor says, "We," and then laughs. He doesn't actually do that, but
So
he does give Ace. Interestingly, he does give Ace the opportunity to stay behind in the TARDIS, where she's
like,
safe.
fuck that. I ride or die with you, Doctor.
Yeah, this being Ace, she of course immediately declines, and then a bit later on, she admits to being scared. It's like, oh, Ace, I apologise. You know, you can still go back to the TARDIS. No, I'm staying with you, Doctor. So, some nice character building here between Ace and the Doctor.
You gotta love them.
They are a great partnership. They really are.
What, like, 12 and Clara are a fucking mess of a duo, but Ace and Seven, they're so good.
They are. I am a little bit upset that during the whole Curse of Fenric thing that he basically gaslighted the shit out of her a lot.
Yeah, that's
and I'm going through events in slightly a different order to how they appeared on the screen, but they're running towards the tomb, the church, and unfortunately that stops the tape deck from jamming the signal.
Well, we should talk about what's going on with the Cybermen and the Nazis.
I was trying to avoid talking about the Nazis, but the signal.
It's a story where the Nazis are. It's a story where the Nazis are antagonists. We can't get out of the club. But anyway, so De Flores manages to escape being killed by the Cybermen by throwing gold dust into one of them and running out with Carl. But curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal,
It's not
Carl.
just one of them, it's the Cyber Leader.
Is it? I don't think
he attacks the Cyber Leader with gold dust. He doesn't kill him.
Okay.
But he sort of goes, like Cybermen always go, like, when they get attacked with gold. And he's like, get it off me, get it off me. So they run outside, and then Carl immediately hands De Flores over to the Cybermen, who are just waiting there.
Yeah.
Wagner
was right.
I think he's the cyber lieutenant, who's actually got a special credit in the at the end of the stories, and another Cyberman.
I'm sorry to point this out, but just before we get too far off the track, I hate the fact that this is coming from a Nazi scene, but he essentially just pocket sanded the Cybermen.
He did.
Yes, he did.
I wasn't going to say that, but he did.
But yeah, Carl was like, Wagner was right. You are the Supermen. You're the Giants. You're the Master Race. I want to be like you. So turn us both into Cybermen. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
And then we get to a quick scene with Richard and Lady Painful, and again, this feels like it was one of the scenes added to the extended cut.
I don't recall.
Because it has no real significance other than the ending.
It's kind of nice. It's just like, wow, Richard, you actually saved my life and gave a shit about me. It was actually really nice of you.
Yeah, and I've treated you terribly, and yet but you're my lady. And she also admits that she's evil.
You're a good man, Richard, but I am evil.
And it's not easy being evil.
So, like you said, yeah.
And then my one of my favorite scenes of the whole thing. They've got
this is great.
De Flores captive, and Carl's there, so just smirking in the background. And they said, the bow. We shall have the bow, but the Doctor has the bow. We shall take the bow. Oh, you really think he's simply walk in here and hand it over? And the Doctor walks in and hands it over.
Well, he does, yeah. Hello, I'm the Doctor. How do you do? Well, he doesn't really hand it over. He actually he plays keep away with it between him and Ace.
I just got it in my notes, like, you think he's simply walking in and hand it over. Square brackets, the doctor walks in and hands it over.
I love it. The Ace just walks up and is like, "Have you met my companion, Ace? Hello." And the cyber whoever just pushes her away. "Give me the bow, Doctor."
And then they play illegal move chess.
I love it.
Ace is the distraction, and then basically the doctor gets around to in the says, "Illegal move, but checkmate!" Drops the bow into the statue's hand.
And wakes, and they activate the statue, not because it has the arrow, because the Flores or whatever.
Nemesis is here. Nemesis is awake, and then she opens her eyes and goes, "Stars." God, that hurt my throat. Jesus.
So she. Oh.
Anyways.
Well, Rain. At least you didn't do this for us.
I need some water after the podcast is over.
But yeah, the statue
also, remember, I forget who it was. It might have been you, Rainiac, who pointed out that these antagonists seem to know each other really well.
They do.
This Nazi leader seems to know the Doctor really well as well, because he's like, the Doctor will never come in and hand it over, and then, all that stuff
he
happens.
Hands over,
How do you know that the Doctor's not going to do that?
Yeah, they have like one interaction with him in part 1.
But they really do give like Nemesis like the big bad treatment here, because as she gets up, she screams, and then the tube starts exploding with power around her. It's really cool.
Also, this is not a good costume.
It's not a good costume, but this is a good way to make your villain immediately stand out as a threat.
Oh yeah, sure. It's just later on, Ace says that she's beautiful, and it's like, where?
Yeah.
So the Doctor and Ace head back to the TARDIS as all this shit blows up, and they go back to 1638.
Of course they do.
It's like
they have the set and they want to use it.
He wins the chess game as well.
Yep.
There is a reason for them going here, other than just playing the chess game. He wants some gold coins to use as weapons. So he has Ace take a handful of them from the table.
They also take the documents on the table that went mysteriously missing just around this time.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of good like predestination paradox stuff in here, I think. Like actions that we see, this item is missing, and then later on you find out why it's missing. We see it actually being taken, etc., etc. And the whole McCoy 5 steps ahead thing.
Yeah, but
so where are we up to now? Oh God, no.
Oh boy!
Painful and Richard's wild ride.
So they want to find a carriage, and they want to find a ride. And so Richard learns what hitchhiking is.
And while he's doing that, for like now until like her end of the story, Lady Painful is just ranting and villain monologuing. How everything,
I am the evil one.
Yeah, everything will be mine. She keeps saying that over and over again. And
yeah, this is part of the reason why I wish they'd given him more to do, because it's like, so far you've killed a couple Cybermen, lost your arrow, and have run away. And you failed to hitchhike for quite some time.
Well, to be fair,
Robin ran away.
To be fair, Richard is the one who fails to hitchhike, because Painfort. Because like Richard is trying to hitchhike, nobody's stopping for him, and Painfort just gets up and stands in the middle of the road and is like, "Halt! For I am the Lady Painfort."
Yeah.
And it just so happens that this fancy limousine stops.
And I really wish she hadn't bothered. I really wish she hadn't bothered.
No.
Worst character in a story involving Nazis. How?
Jesus. That's a bit much, Rainiac.
Yeah, I'm deliberately playing it up, but this did not need to be in here at all.
Well, no, see, he has a point, because the people who are playing Nazis play effective Nazis. This person can't play a Southern person to save her fucking life.
Is she even American?
She is, apparently.
This is a film and Broadway star, Dolores Gray, who I guess was in there because John Nathan Turner, the producer of Doctor Who in the 80s, really fucking liked musicals and shit, and like I guess she just happened to be in England for something, and he was like,
hold up. Broadway star?
Yeah, Broadway star.
Broadway star?
Broadway star.
From California, even. And she gives us this fucking lame-ass, bitch-ass, horrible accent.
Yeah. So this is here for some fucking reason. I don't know. They just really, the producer really wanted to get this Broadway lady in the show, and so,
I'm so mad.
this is what we got.
So they give Richard and Painful a ride to wherever they're
We
going.
can just summarize this entire fucking.
I'm skimming through it because this is of no consequence whatsoever. We find out this American lady is related to a rival, Lady Painfort's, who Lady Painfort had poisoned back in 1621.
Look, you're taking way too long with this. Lady Painfort is insane. The dude can't figure out what's going on and keeps making all these weird half jokes because he doesn't understand the American lady. And the American lady is constantly regretting the fact that she picked these two up.
Absolutely. Thankfully, we never have to speak of the American lady again.
Also, she's actually American. Why can't you just have a regular American accent?
We
Why
never
did it
have to speak of the American lady again, apart from a brief 10-second cameo at the end. So that's great. Now,
so we don't need to talk about her anymore.
Good. This is really good. Ace kicking ass.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ace kicking all the ass.
So, the Doctor and Co., they come back to 1988, and they land in the hangar. And so the Doctor is setting up some bullshit with the statue. And so we get some bullshit, and, So he's setting up the bullshit because the statue is going to follow him now that he activated it. So he's setting up everything with the comet, with the little shell that was left. And, well, while we got that, we got the fact that once the Cybermen leave to pursue the statue, Carl is like, "Aha, de Flores! It was all a clever ruse! I pretended to betray you. The Cybermen believed me. They bought it. Even my immediate family bought it."
I think there's a cut here that this isn't supposed to be because we just cut to Carl freeing de Flores.
I don't.
And I think there's two Cybers dead on the ground or something. So, whatever.
But
so they're on the loose now. They never betrayed each other. They were still working as a team. But enough about that because it's time for Ace to kick some ass. So here comes Nemesis. She arrives in the hangar where the Doctor has lured her to it. And Ace calls it beautiful. Again, that costume not so much, because look at it. And she speaks to the statue speaks, and Ace is like, "How are you speaking?" And then she says,
"Because it's fucking living metal."
"Why are you in the form of this form?" She says, "I can be whatever I need to be, but Lady Painful called me Nemesis, so I took the form of Retribution." And Ace is like, "Right, I'm creeped out. I'm going to run away from you now. Straight into the Cybermen."
My God, Brainiac, you realize what this means? The statue is a living mirror.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I
And the VAR
you
says
tried, but you failed miserably.
The VAR says no goal. So.
Okay, well, consolation prize. Ace gets to kick ass.
Ace gets to kick. It's a very good consolation prize.
So the Cybermen come in and they start trying to kill Ace. They fucking ignore the Doctor, I guess, or is he in the TARDIS or is he out here just fucking around?
Ace is taking no prisoners, literally here.
Yeah.
There's a bit where she's before this where she's like, "Don't worry, Doctor. If someone goes to attack it, I'll defend you." And she's like jokingly got a slingshot, just like playing with it. She's not playing with it anymore. This thing is a deadly weapon.
I don't think it was jokingly having a slingshot. I think it was legitimately, "Here, Ace. Here's a weapon that you can use that you won't be able to hurt other people with."
Yeah, and this is what the gold coins are for. So she's confronted by Cyberman. Rather than surrender or get killed by it, she just slingshots a gold coin into its chest cavity.
This is not quite as cool as beating the shit out of a Dalek with a bat, but it's up there.
Oh, this is close. What she does to the Cybermen here is pretty damn close to what she does to the Daleks. I think, the physical nature of the baseball bat beating the eye stalk off the Dalek.
Can I just say, this is why I love this show. It's like, this is the only show where I could say there's a girl who beats a robot, or not a robot, but an alien encased by a metal shell with a super-powered baseball bat, and then later goes on to slingshot gold coins into some robot's chests.
See, I'm sad because you could have made Yaz this action-type hero.
Yeah.
But Chibnall didn't bother to watch the McCoy era, clearly.
Or any.
Honestly, Chibnall didn't bother to do anything with Yaz in the first place, so.
So
Well, let's not taint
but, yeah.
that with talk with the
this
people
this
there.
this is really fucking cool. She's just climbing up the upper levels of this hangar, and there's Cybermen there. So she's just
I've got written in my notes Ace 2 Cybermen nil, and then Ace 3 Cybermen nil.
oh yeah. So
And
she's
this
climbing
part
up.
where she's up in the rafters is so amazing because
Okay. Yeah.
Oh god,
she's
yeah.
surrounded on both sides of the catwalk, and then the cyber leader is standing off to the side, someplace. I don't honestly know where.
He's to
she
her
came
dropped the
side, and then
coins,
there's
by the
two
way.
directly, one behind her and one in front of her, directly.
She dropped the coins earlier because the Cybermen shot a straight shot, and she couldn't get them before they came back up and shot them. So she's only got one coin left, and so
Yeah, and the Cybermen know that.
it's a pincer attack. There's two Cybermen pincer attacking her, and then there's a guy on the side, and the Libra's like, "We only detect one more piece of gold." Correct. So who will be dead and who will be lucky?
Yeah. Ace is a badass.
And
Oh,
then
and I love this too because she pings it off at the cyber leader, and then she does essentially she does Eve of the Daleks but better and falls to the ground.
Yeah,
the Cybermen
she
shoot
hits the
themselves.
cyber leader with a pretty good hit on the chest, and he shouts and goes down. The two Cybermen fire. She throws herself to the ground in an action duck. The two Cybermen hit each other. One falls off the gantry and explodes near the TARDIS.
Jesus Christ!
Fucking amazing.
The cyber deaths in this are brutal. I love it.
Look, listen,
God.
it's kind of brutal, but the gold standard for brutality will forever be the Five Doctors.
I mean, yeah, the Restaurant Warrior robot and the electrified floor.
The electrified floor is fucking nothing compared to that shit.
Yeah, the Restaurant Warrior robot, but
I think we could safely say that it feels kind of like in the classic era that the whole body horror aspect of the Cybermen was never really cemented. So it was a lot more like, haha, they're blowing up the funny robots. Meanwhile, now we kind of have that sense of, oh shit, those are dead humans.
yeah, if they did
One
this
or
today,
two,
we'd
but-
recoil in horror from every death.
It's like one or two classic stories where they play with that, but yeah, for the most part, it's just
But the effect where the one goes off the gantry is just so well shot.
Yeah. So the Doctor plans on, and this is why it's remembered that the Doctor's plan is, well, I'm going to send the Nemesis to blow up the cyber fleet, and he takes the bow from her, but then yeah, Ace didn't manage to get all the Cybermen, so now they have her hostage,
The cyber lieutenant got her.
and they're like, we want the bow in exchange. Well, I was going to destroy it. Oh, how would you have destroyed the bow? It's indestructible. Well, to destroy it, I would have set the rocket seed test fire at a convenient time, and then I would have just set it here like this, and then I would have Duck Ace,
And they're
and we get
torched.
some deep fried Cybermen.
Yeah, and before this, important, the Doctor is programming Nemesis essentially to destroy the cyber fleet.
I mean, I said that.
Maybe you did, and I just missed it. But if you
But
did, I
also, what
apologise.
was the
She also wants
yeah.
her freedom. It's like, well,
Yeah.
not yet. When the time is right.
Am I the
also-
only one here who watches the podcast? I mean, Rainiac's not even listening while we're doing the podcast.
I'm getting distracted by things. Also, shut up.
So
No, you can't make me.
unfortunately,
Wait, no shit, you
I
can.
can, but I'm not
Never
going
mind.
to.
Unfortunately for us, the cyber leader did survive the gold coin, and so he pulls it out of his chest and he says, "Ugh."
This feels like a
And gets
major
back.
moment. Is this the first time a Cyberman has survived a gold attack?
you said in part 2 that the cyber
No, I
leader
mean this
survived that
story.
gold
Is this the first time that the gold has not killed a Cyberman?
I don't know, probably.
And so this guy does it twice. So yeah, he plucks the coin that's in his chest unit out, and he's clearly injured by it, but he's alive.
And at
And
this
I mean,
very,
point,
you
very
could
angry.
kind of hand wave away the first one by saying that it wasn't enough gold to kill him.
He's very, very angry. So it's
At
it's
this
all good,
point-
right? The Cybermen are all gone, apart from the leader they don't know about, and they've got the bow. Oh, here are the Nazis.
oh great, just what we wanted.
Goody.
So the Nazis are here, and they're gonna take the bow. Ah ha ha ha! We are the Yes, oh, the glorious Master Race will soon, and the cyber leader kills him.
Again, good.
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 We timed that
And-
perfectly, Cat. Well done.
But just in time, after hearing all about some bad American accents, it's Lady Painfort and Richard.
She's still ranting like a crazy person.
And, well, this is some interesting ranting, though, because, like I said, she threatens to reveal the Doctor's secrets.
That's her more like lucid moments. When it's not like all will be mine, the world will be mine, haha, like that. Yeah. She tries to blackmail the Doctor. She's like, I know all your secrets, Doctor. How do you know that? Because the statue has told me. I don't know if we saw that. Well, she made the statue, so I suppose it could have done.
Yeah.
This seems a bit of a weak reasoning, but it works to set up the finale, so that's fine.
It's a Cartmel master plan, not stuff. You know,
and there was a lovely little bit of a bait and switch here. Where
I love her line though, Doctor Who. She says Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fucking question, the oldest question in the universe.
Oh
she
my
says
god,
it.
Lady Painful got here 24 years before Dorian.
Oh no, Lady Painfort, what are you doing with that eye patch?
Oh god. Yeah, you might as well say, Cat.
I mean, think if you put an eye
Honestly,
patch on
though,
Doctor's...
who really fucking cares what the Doctor's secrets are? Because it doesn't compare to the monumental secret of the Doctor being the timeless child. Now, does it?
I knew that was coming, and I could not stop it. Sorry. But there's a lovely little bait and switch here, where having been confronted by Painful, go, you know, if you don't surrender to me and give me the bow, I'll tell everyone who you really are. And they won't like it one little bit. He goes, very well, I surrender. A wise choice, not to you.
To the Cybermen.
Yeah, the Doctor has to surrender to the Cybermen, and I think he gives the leader the bow, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yes, he does.
And Ace's like, don't do it, Doctor, don't do it. Let them kill me.
And Painfort is like, Doctor, I'll do it. I'll tell all your secrets. Very well then, tell them. I'll tell them all about. I'll tell them all about the Gallifrey and the old time and the time of chaos. And the Cybermen and the Cyber leaders just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, David Bennett pulls out his Uno reverse card. He's just like, the Cybermen have no news for the secrets of the Time Lords. It's a great little bit where he's like, oh right, so this is like a huge thing, and now one of the Doctor's greatest enemies knows all about the Doctor, and they just don't care about it.
It's almost like the secrets that make up the mysterious backstory of the Doctor don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Wow, I really wish a certain someone had watched this fucking story.
I can't believe Silver Nemesis handles that better than the entirety of 3 Chibnall eras.
I mean, I can believe it because
Good
it's Sylvester
freaking
McCoy
God.
era, and they fucking knew what they were doing. But yeah, so and he's basically so dismissive to Painfort. He's just like, "Thank you for bringing the Arrow to the 20th century and your help with everything. You can go now."
She's gonna go, but on her own terms.
So yeah, so the Cyber leader is just like, okay, now Doctor, instruct the statue to join the Cyber fleet and give us its power. Earth will become the new Mondas.
Yeah, cancel the destruction command that you've programmed into her.
And so the Doctor gives the statue the bow and he says, "Do you understand the Cyber leader's instructions?" "Yes, I do." "Okay."
But this is all interrupted by something absolutely wild.
Painfort.
She just screams and just pitches herself into Nemesis.
And like fuses with it?
She becomes one with Nemesis, yes.
That's why there's no bones in her tomb.
Yeah, they were there. She was looking at herself in the tomb, she just didn't know it yet.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
I love it.
And so off the Nemesis goes back into outer space. And again, this is just fucking remembered to the Daleks. It's like,
totally is,
we're going.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Aha! We're the evil legacy monster of the Doctor Who series, and we have the ultimate weapon. We've totally won, Doctor. Now we will launch it. Wait, why did it just blow up our entire thing? Why did it just blow all of us up? Because I told it to. It's the same fucking climax.
It is, but
it's not quite the same because the Doctor doesn't warn the Cybermen away from it.
True.
Okay, yeah. He isn't like, he doesn't like reverse psychology. Oh, whatever you do, don't do it.
But he's been playing 5D chess and he has just won. So
the
the
cyber
cyber
fleet
fleet is
gets blown
completely
up.
destroyed, and it's like, how is this possible? You told her not to destroy the fleet. I didn't. I
I
said,
don't know.
do you understand your instructions? I never said she had to follow them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so the cyber leaders are like, well, fine, I'll just kill you then. But fucking Richard, just like the arrow from the beginning of part 2 has been stuck in the TARDIS the entire time. And he just grabs it, hauls it out of the TARDIS, and stabs the cyber leader in the chest with it.
Yeah, play of the game
Fuck
for
yeah,
real this
Richard.
time, Richard.
And so that's that. Richard is kind of sad about being stuck in this terrible future, but the doctor's like, oh, that's no problem. We can give you a lift back to 1638.
He's also oddly sad about the fact that Painfort died.
Well, I mean, he did care about her.
Yeah.
Even though she was...
I know,
it's
it's I don't know, it's just a little weird to me because she was a dick to him.
She
But
was his lady, my lady.
I don't know, something human compassion, something the Sixth Doctor never learned.
She was his lady, so it was like different in those days.
I mean, in the denouement in 1638, Ace even says, oh, you destroyed the Cybermen just like you got the Daleks. That's right. And then she says, but wait, but all that stuff about your secrets. Doctor, who are you?
Yeah, he just gives her a mysterious look. And we should mention that to thank the Doctor, Richard and a woman we've never seen before start dancing for them. Or they
Playing-
They
perform a
don't start
concert.
dancing, they start playing music.
Yeah, they start performing a concert.
Playing like the lute or some shit.
Yeah, they start performing a concert because it turns out Richard's a musician.
Hmm.
He's also very rich because
Yeah.
Lady Painfort gifted him the manor.
That's nice.
As you
So,
find out in, I think it's the novel of this, the novelization of the story.
That's nice.
So he gets to live, and I'm glad he gets to live because he's a really good character.
Yeah, and that was Silver Nemesis.
Hey,
That was interesting.
that was
Who wants to
enjoyable.
go first for this one?
Who picked it? You?
Yeah.
You want to pick who? Whether you go first, second, or third? Then.
Well, I'll take the middle, I guess.
Okay.
Why don't you go first?
Ladies first, Cat.
All right, then go ahead, Rainiac.
I walked directly into that. I saw the rake and still walked into it like an idiot.
It's like that scene with Sideshow Bob where he just keeps
I just
stepping
said
on
that,
the
yeah.
rakes.
I walked into the rake like an idiot. So,
Yeah.
my attempt to be chivalrous, my attempt to be chivalrous
Anyway,
has
someone
backfired
talk.
spectacularly.
I will go ahead and go, though, just so that we can keep going.
Okay, so I'm going third. Go.
Yes. Silver Nemesis is actually a really good story. It has its moments which I feel aren't really necessary, which may or may not be because we got the extended cut. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure where all the cuts are. So essentially, I'm speaking as someone from the perspective of I've seen the whole thing and I've not seen the cut down version. So it does have these parts which I wish were taken out. I kind of wish it wasn't the Nazis again as well because I am so oversaturated on Nazis, but maybe back then they weren't. I don't know. Lady Painfort unfortunately didn't have a whole lot to do. She was a great character. I really liked her. I just wish she had a lot more to do than just act insane. Richard was good as well because, eventually he got to the end and he, was like kind of the hero of the episode, which is fantastic. Ace and the Doctor, Seventh Doctor, always fantastic. No complaints there. Cybermen, I don't know. It kind of feels like they were kind of shoehorned in as well. I mean, we have 3 different quote-unquote nemesis here that we really didn't need all 3 of them in just one serial. So I don't know. Maybe if they had cut it down to just the Cybermen or if they had changed it around, because originally what I thought that the meteor, the Nemesis, was something to do with Cybermen, but then it turned out that it wasn't, and the Cybermen came down, and I was just kind of surprised when that happened. So maybe if they tie that in a little bit more, or they make it a little bit more like, I don't know, because we know how the lady and we know how the Nazis figured out when the meteor was going to land. It would have been nice to see like the Cybermen figure that out, and then, they set down traps, and, that was a little bit more explained. But it kind of feels like almost the opposite of the modern era with Chibnall, where with Chibnall, they had 3 too many companions, and now they have 3 too many adversaries, in a sort of weird way.
Mm-hmm.
But, aside from those little problems, I enjoyed the story. There are funny moments, there are serious moments, there are moments that make me, laugh my butt off. And honestly, I would say if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Also, what the
Nice.
hell are you doing watching this podcast?
Well, because I don't care about spoilers and I don't care opinions on things. So I will say the reasoning for the Cybermen is that this was Doctor Who's 25th anniversary. It's silver anniversary.
Oh.
Boo!
Cybermen, silver.
Silver and gold.
Boo!
Yeah, silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
So, is there a bad McCoy story?
Means so much
Honestly,
more when I see silver and gold decorations on every Christmas tree. You can't stop me, Brainiac.
I was waiting for her. So, as I was saying, is there really a bad McCoy story? I would argue no. Some are better than others, and there are better ones than this. But this is this is an enjoyable Doctor Who story. I mean, it does have that problem where the villains are a little. There's too much of villain, but there's too little individuality between them. Like there really isn't enough space for them to breathe and go. Like Painfork kind of gets the yaz of the adversaries, if you will.
Yeah.
Like there's it's a little thin there, but But I did enjoy. I do enjoy, and I did enjoy rewatching Silver Nemesis. I mean, you got Seven and Ace, a great team. I mean, the Cybermen aren't the best utilized because again, they're just interchangeable with robots. But at least there's some conversion bullshit happening, and also they have that. It's kind of a half-hearted point, but the Nazis thinking that the Cybermen are the super race or whatever the fuck is actually half of an interesting idea. I mean, they don't really go anywhere with it, but a point for effort. I mean, a whole bunch of Nazis die, which is good. Ace gets to be a badass. There's some weird bullshit about the Cartman Master Plan dumping him in Chibnall. There are better McCoy stories. I mean, I would say Remembrance of the Daleks is a better 25th anniversary story, but this is good. It's good. I like it, and you should watch it. Brainiac.
Okay, so this is a bit of a mess as a story, but it's an enjoyable mess. I had a lot of fun watching this. It might be the weakest of the anniversaries that we've watched so far compared to the Three Doctors, and of course Day of the Doctor is phenomenally good. The Five Doctors as well, but it's still pretty fun, and there's some fun characters in it. Lady Painfort doesn't get to do a whole lot, which is a shame because she has a lot of potential that isn't really put to use. Richard is great throughout, a real highlight, and this sort of petty criminal who's working for the villain, but actually gets to redeem himself at the end by killing off the cyber leader. That's a good moment. It's a bit like that moment in Pirates of the Caribbean where the two is it Pinto and Rigetti?
Possibly.
Yeah, one of those two gets to basically save the day. There's an incantation to open a door or something, and he guesses it correctly. So it's a bit like that, but yeah, good character. Cybermen, they're used okay here. They are basically just stompy robots who get exploded multiple times, but they're a classic adversary. Makes sense to include them in the silver anniversary. I still hate that double meaning. God damn it. The Nazis, they're there. They get killed.
Yay.
That's all they really need to do, really. And, of course, Ace. Ace is amazing in this. Ace is amazing in most things she's in.
Yes.
And, of course, it serves as a gateway to one of my favourite series of all time, The Curse of Fenric. So that's good.
Hey.
You don't know about it yet, but that's the reason why they were brought to 1988, because Fenric made it happen.
Ooh.
He needs all this to happen as part of his grand design, his grand plan to escape.
Please watch The Curse of Fenric and then listen to our Curse of Fenric podcast because it is one of the classic series' finest moments.
That was such a good fun time, that podcast.
Yeah.
So was this one. So was this one. So, are we going to have a fun time next week as well? Well, only Cat knows that.
Let's find out.
We're screwed, aren't we?
I have no idea. So, Doctor Who. So, you guys, I don't know if there are any new people who have come to our show, but anybody who's watched the past shows know that we have a friend. His name is Kachuri. Uh, he will actually be rejoining us at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, but he will be.
They have
So, yay
been rewatch. They've been actually catching up to the Chibnall era, so it's been a fucking hoot to listen to
Oh, yeah.
the reactions. I mean, he's actually been quite nicer to it than we have because I guess just being nicer in general, plus fucking binging it as opposed to having to wait week by week for this limp-wristed bullshit.
Yeah, which honestly makes me think that he's probably having a much better time than we are because
I mean,
at least he doesn't have to wait several weeks in a row.
I mean, you're winning. You're enjoying the television more than we are. You're winning, Kachiri.
Yeah. But he has this little slogan / catchphrase that was said often on the show, and that's, keeping the tropes alive. Which we've kind of turned into keeping the memes alive. And there's one Doctor Who meme that kind of has prevailed a bit. So I thought we would go back to the beginning of that meme.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember
So join
2007
us.
when the show was good?
Oh no, even better than that. Join us next time when we go back to the Fourth Doctor and fucking Harry Sullivan with Robot.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Not the meme I was expecting.
This is
I
definitely.
could be nice to you guys sometimes.
So we're doing the very first Fourth Doctor story.
Correct. This is
Robot.
an eclectic choice. I can dig it.
I've seen this one before, but there are some very good moments in it. There's also
There
a
are
couple
some,
of oof moments in it.
And there's some choice special effects.
And some choice
and also
antagonists
Harry
too.
Sullivan.
And Harry
Yeah.
Sullivan,
And Harry Sullivan.
who may or may not be an imbecile.
Well, actually, fun fact to tie it all together: the one where the Doctor yells at is "Revenge of the Cybermen." So,
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Because he nearly gets them both
Okay.
killed.
Yeah. Okay. Robot. Fun.
But
So,
still, I'm
Rain,
interested to see exactly what compelled the Doctor to bring this imbecile on board.
Good choice.
Maybe we'll find out. But
Because I don't think this is Harry Sullivan's debut, but it's his first time being a member of the core cast.
no, it's his debut. His first
Yeah.
adventure was Ark in Space, which we already watched.
Oh, okay, it's his debut. I thought he was in the Third Doctor era. Or was that a different character?
Ooh, he was not in the Third Doctor era.
Was he in Mars? Am I Mandela? Am I Mandela
No,
affecting it again?
okay, I'll tell you what you're thinking of. Ian Marter played a different character in the Third Doctor story, Carnival of Monsters.
Oh, thank God for that. Right, so
So that's probably what
it wasn't
you're
the
thinking.
actor's debut; it was the character's debut.
Yes.
I really thought I'd fallen victim to the Mandela effect again. Oh,
Anyway,
Look,
I'm
I'm still not entirely sure I'm in the right universe, so don't pull this bullshit on me still.
Anyway, let me get my Berenstain Bears book out.
no.
Where-
Dean,
Rainiac-
it's Berenstain.
Brainiac, where can you find us, lovely people?
You can find us other people on Twitter at Reviews Doctor. Individually, we are at Redneck the Maniac, at Freezing Inferno, and at Concave Usurper. By Battle Vow by Christopher Tier, found at CrystalWolf94. Cat sometimes streams video games at twitch.tv/Concave Usurper. Did you actually do more Chris Tales this week?
No, I wasn't able to. My internet has been fucking up pretty much the entire weekend. Today was the first day it hasn't.
I mean, fair enough.
Well, it's good that we got the podcast out.
Yes,
very good.
I was kind of worried, but it's been sustaining itself.
I mean, that's okay, y'all. I mean, we've had a big windstorm happen here for the entire time, so I've been worried my electricity would go. We made
It
it
was
to the
touch
end
and go
of the
when
show.
we'd actually be able to record this without any problems, but
Well, we got basically to the end here.
Yeah. And Fresno sometimes streams video games as a VTuber at twitch.tv/Freezing Inferno, although I don't think you did that this
Okay.
week either, did you?
I did not, but I mean, I was on Polly's VTuber stream, which was funny because Polly did a just call and hangout stream on Friday, and so what ended up happening was at some point in the call, it was Polly, myself, and Moogie, who actually designed both our VTubers and is a VTuber herself.
So it was
just
three
like,
VTubers.
It was three VTubers, all of them designed by the same VTuber. So that was a real trip. So that was interesting. Anyway, say goodnight, Rainiac.
Good night, Rainiac. So thank
Good night,
you,
Rainiac.
thank you to you, the audience, for listening to us talk about Silver Nemesis. We hope you had a good time and some fun. Thank you to Kat and to Jerry for talking with me, talking about Silver Nemesis with me. I can't speak again. I enjoyed it. I think they enjoyed it too.
Yes.
And join us next time to talk. What was it, Robot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Join us next time as Tom Baker. I didn't forget his name at all. Now, what are you talking about? Tom Baker stars as the Fourth Doctor. His debut in Robot.
If you wanted to compare Ace to Sarah Jane, now's your chance.
Yay. Until then, bye for now.